corporations have been using our data to figure out what prices to charge us for our airplane tickets, for our rent, and now for our groceries. They are trying to extract as much profit from each of us individually, even when we are at our most vulnerable. We're literally staring down the barrel of a future where we own nothing, we rent everything, and we work until we die because of shit like this. And our politicians who've been in office for decades, including Diana DeGette, who I'm running against in Congress, who's been in office for 30 years, have done nothing to rein in this corporate greed. And we are not waiting our turn anymore to fix their mess. We're running, and we're gonna win.
I am 28 years old and I am in $40,722 in debt, and I want to talk about it. And before I break down my debt, I just want to say, growing up, my family, we didn't have those money conversations. I didn't have anyone in my life that could teach me, about all these financial things that I'm starting to learn now. But like when I was young and I started getting credit cards, like I didn't know any better. I was so naive. Why did 21-year-old me feel the need to have 7 credit cards? I don't know, but it happened and now I'm here because of it. And I just really want to talk about it, and I want to kind of help break this negative outlook on talking about money that I've had most of my life. And I'm just tired of feeling shameful and embarrassed about my debt. And I truly believe you take away something's power by talking about it. So I don't want my debt to have this power over me anymore. So I'm going to talk about it because it's part of life. So many people are in debt, they just don't talk about it. So I am here to talk about it, and hopefully this can help someone that is also struggling with the same thing, and we can get through it together. Or I don't know, as I learn, I can share what I learn out there. But yeah, here's the breakdown on my debt. And mind you, I don't have a car, so I don't have a car loan or anything. And I don't have a mortgage or anything. So all of my debt is loans, student loans, and credit card debt. To start with my loans, I have an Upstart loan, which is $11,891. And I have a SoFi loan, which is $18,630. And then I have my student loans, which is $8,370. And then for my credit cards, I have a Best Buy credit card that has $1,685 on it, my Chase credit card, which has $145 on it, and then my Apple credit card, which I regret ever getting this card, but I have $4,205 on it. All right, so how did we get here? How did I let this happen? I honestly, starting young with all the credit cards that I had, I just fell into the, rat race. And going to stores, it was always, if I saw something I wanted, I just got it. And I was like, I'll just put out my credit card and I'll figure it out later, or I'll pay it off, whatever it was. And then sometimes I would pay it off. Sometimes I ended up spending too much that I couldn't pay it off. So then it would leave me with a balance. And then I would keep doing that. And then before I knew it, I had such a high balance on my credit card, that on multiple credit cards, that I then had to take out a loan to pay off those credit cards to consolidate that debt, because it was just too overwhelming for me. And I did it all over again. For me, the little purchases here and there, $50 here, $50 there, $100 there, it adds up. And if you're not tracking, and if you're not truly understanding what's coming in and what's going out, you kind of just get lost and you don't even realize. And before you know it, you're in a situation where you don't even understand how you got there, but you know how you got there. And it's not what I just want to say. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So if this can, get in front of the young adult crew that is starting to manage their finances on their own, or someone in the same boat as me, you're not alone. And I want to talk about it because I want it to stop having so much power over us. And I want you to know, you can be in control. And the way to be in control is truly track your finances and budget and do what you have to do. For me, what has been helping me so much is I use the Rocket Money app, and I love it because I plug in all my accounts in there, and it is able to give me an overall view of my finances. I'm able to put budgets in the app. So for each category, I have a budget, and it tells me when I'm reaching the maximum for that category, so I can truly keep track throughout the month what I'm spending. It tracks my assets, it tracks my debt, so I'm able to see my net worth, and my net worth is negative $17,048. Crazy, huh? There's an internal savings account too that you can set up and put a goal for what you want. I have an emergency savings going, and they take little money here and there out of your account. It's such small amounts that you don't even realize they're taking out, but then before you know it, you have, money in this account that it's nice. It's nice to have. But I honestly recommend it. This is not sponsored in any way. This is just an app that I've discovered that I love and I use all the time, and it helps me truly manage my finances, because I can't do the spreadsheets. I can't do the Excel sheets or whatever. Like, I can't do the tracking and writing down every single transaction that I do. It's just not realistic for me. I've tried. But this Rocket Money has honestly been the best thing for me to do. So I definitely recommend it if you're in the same boat as me and you're looking for something to kind of help you manage your finances better. And I do say, like, you have to face your finances. So every single day I have to look at my debt in the face and be like, all right, we're taking steps towards, clearing this debt. Honestly, it's hard sometimes, but I am truly trusting God that He is one day going to clear my debt. I know that He has things that He needs to work in me first, because if He clears my debt when I'm not ready and I go and rack up more debt, like, what was the point, So I know that His timing is perfect and everything, and that there's still things that He needs to work in me before He can do that. But I truly believe that when I am ready, He will do it. And hopefully I can be a living testimony for you guys, that you guys get to see it as it rolls out. But until then, I'm going to take action and keep, teaching myself and learning how to be financially literate. Hopefully this video helps someone out there feel less alone in this, because you're not alone. And also, we can overcome this debt together, and there's so much out there, so much information out there, and I just want to say, I want to learn, but I want to make sure that I'm learning the correct way to do things. And for me, that is knowing the biblically way to steward my resources, my financial resources. And so that is what I'm going to be doing and learning. And if you guys want, I can share what I learn as I go. But if not, thanks for watching this video, and hopefully, I don't know, you took something from it, but that's all for now.
When I got laid off, I stopped paying my credit card debt. I said, if you want to get your money, fucking sue me. Well, there's a company suing me right now, but they probably bought the debt in batch. So I was looking into ways on how I could respond to the summons asking them to verify the debt. And there was 2 forms that I could fill out. Well, my husband comes home and he says, why don't you just have a lawyer do it? We pay for the services. So I'm like, yeah, good idea. I get the call from the lawyer today, and he's talking about making a payment plan with these people. I said, why would I do that? I told him my theory is they send out all of these summons just before Christmas, because 70% of the time people do not respond to them and their wages end up getting garnished. And the reason I know this is because it's happened to me before, and I remember it happening just before Christmas, and I forgot about it. And this time, I didn't want to forget about it. So I explained to him what I wanted to do, and he says, I've been in the business for 22 years, and they'll be able to verify it. You're just kicking the can down the road. I said, I don't care. I said I would still like to at least try, because I'm on unemployment. It's just before the holidays, and I know they're banking on me not responding. And I don't have anything for them to garnish, and I understand that they can lien my house, so I don't want to pay this right now. I don't have time for it. So if all we're going to do is kick the can down a little bit, I would prefer to just do that. And if it ends up getting dismissed, even better. And instead of doing it myself, I thought I would get an expert to do it for me. So this is the route I would like to take. At the end of the conversation, he was like, Jenny, I don't want you to stress this season. I will take care of this. You don't have to worry about a thing. I will make sure this is taken care of for you. That man is going to get that shit dismissed.
Not to be in y'all's business or anything, but how much money do y'all make an hour? How much money do y'all make? I just seen this video of this girl. She was like, in this type of economy, there's no way I'm showing up to nobody's job to make less than $15 an hour on a lower scale. That's like on a terrible scale. And one thing about life, yes, people have to be more grateful. We have to do a better job at being thankful for what we already have. But let me tell you something. You know how brutal that is? Nobody wants to show up to a job and work like 40 hours, and half the time if you're making that type of money, you have to work well over 40 hours for it to even make sense, because if not, the whole check is going to taxes. And it's crazy because when you don't raise minimum wage, but you have jobs that'll pay you $4 or $5 over the minimum wage, when the minimum wage is already like sinking. When you think of an ocean, like the minimum wage is already underwater. You're dead at that point. But to pay somebody like $4 or $5 right over the minimum wage just so that they can be able to say they don't make minimum wage is crazy work in this type of economy. Everybody can't make 6 figures a year. Everybody can't make over 100, 2, 3, 4, 500,000 making that type of money with these types of jobs. But what I do know is to not be able to make the bare minimum, you ain't seeing no extra money out your check. And matter of fact, the only way that you can even see some of your check is if you don't pay no bills. You would have to live off of somebody else.
This shit is so painful. Working till you fucking die. Like, bro, I know I'm not the only one feeling this. We're not making enough money to live. Like, bro, I'm about to fucking explode.
I'm drowning in credit card debt. And I don't know what to do. If you're seeing this video, you probably are also drowning in credit card debt, and I wish I knew how to help you, but I don't, because I don't even know what to do for me. So here's the story. I'm 30. I'm a stay-at-home mom of 2, and I have something called cystic fibrosis. And back in November of last year, I left my career, and I had been a working person ever since I could get a permit because my health was deteriorating, and my husband and I decided it was more important that I stay home with the kids and stop trying to work at the same time and consider my health first, because obviously, if you know what CF is, it already shortens my life expectancy, and my kids deserve for me to be here as long as possible. So we did that, and everything was okay because my husband worked really hard and he figured out a way to bridge the gap between the two incomes, and it was good until it wasn't. And then we started putting stuff on credit cards, and we couldn't pay those credit cards off like we were used to. And then a couple months ago, we regrouped, we figured some stuff out, and we found some extra money. We did some extra things to make some extra money, and we started putting that towards the debt. But then our escrow went up. It was severely deficient, so our mortgage payment went up by $400 a month and took all of that extra money that we had found. And now I don't have the opportunity to go work. I don't have the opportunity, because of my health, to do anything else other than just take care of my kids and myself right now. And come next year, my husband's going to try to do more stuff on the side from his actual career to make money, but I am monetized on this app, so this can be a job for me, and I can try to make money off of views on here. So if you relate to me, you can just watch these videos. I get qualified views, and then I'll make a couple cents, and I can make micropayments onto my credit card with that money to help out my husband, because he's already working really hard. And I think that's it. The question that I want to ask you is, did you grow up with parents in debt? I did. I'm curious if you're in debt. Were your parents also in debt? And I'll see you in my next one.
I felt compelled to make this video. Every time I post a video in defense of the American worker and in defense of the American worker's wages, without a doubt, some asshat will come into that comment section and be like, nobody wants to work anymore. Nobody wants to work. That is such bullshit. Look around you. Millions of Americans go to work every single day. You see them at your grocery stores, your gas stations, your fast food restaurants, your nicer restaurants, the manufacturing facilities. They're building houses. Let me rephrase that saying for you. Nobody wants to work for shit wages anymore. The system is set up to keep you surviving, but never thriving. It should not be an American ideal to work 80 to 100 hours a week just to survive. We should not be taking pride in that. There's more to life than working sun up till sundown 7 days a week just to pay bills and die.